are the proprietors of the Wonder of You in Newport News, Virginia. We are going to be bringing you video clips of classes that we teach. The one that you're going to be watching today is on the laws of manifestation and the laws of attraction. In any given moment, you're always manifesting and attracting. The key is to learn how to bring the things you really desire to you as opposed to the dysfunction and the chaos that tends to cross our paths so often. You'll see that I actually take some information from the Moses Code written by James Twyman. Everybody is familiar with The Secret. The Secret is very wonderful, but deals a lot in the mundane, the material world. If you're not looking within, it doesn't matter how much material stuff you want. Your manifesting is going to still bring chaos. So that's what you're going to be watching. I hope you enjoy the video.
Thank you for joining us.
Now, I think number one kind of speaks for itself. A lot of us, especially as we've been raised up in the churches, have been feeling not worthy. And I know in the Catholic religion we are taught from the moment we're born that we're not worthy. We're born in sin, we'll die in sin, and if you've got any good luck, maybe
you won't go to hell.
Yeah, you just go to purgatory or something.
Right.
But every single person on the face of this earth is worthy because every single person on this earth is God. Can you imagine God saying I'm not worthy of myself? That would be impossible. Okay, not ready. In the previous section, I asked you to believe that you're ready to accept the gifts you deserve. I'm hoping you said yes, for your admission of this fact is the beginning of your final acceptance of everything that is already yours. The gifts you truly want are the ones that are already within you, not outside of you. The ego seeks to get the things it perceives as outside itself in order to secure a longer life, while your spirit or your soul seeks to give the things you really want, thereby realizing that they were already there within you. So we're going to go to not clear. And no matter how clear you are, you can get a bit clearer. You can get a little bit more defined. Why not begin focusing on the things about you that you really love? Since everything you focus on increases, this may be the perfect exercise. Get a vivid picture of the parts of yourself that you really want to attract instead of the parts you don't. It begins with clarity, but it will end with you receiving what your soul has been longing for. Okay. So not enthusiastic. One of the keys to attracting what you really want is to be energetic about your desires. The more energy you give something, the more it will give back to you. Enthusiasm is very familiar to this and should be viewed in the same light. If you aren't enthusiastic about what you're creating, the universe won't take you seriously. Not open. It's impossible to walk through a door that isn't open. Likewise, it's impossible for you to receive anything if you aren't open. Some of the blocks I'm sharing may seem completely obvious, but yet these are the ones that are commonly missed. Just because something is out in the open doesn't mean that we see it. We may also view it with our mind, but not perceive it with our heart. And in other words, we don't really understand it and won't be open to receiving it. Don't be fooled into thinking that you already know all of this, or worse still, that you're immune to these blocks. Over the years, I've learned that I'm immune to nothing. I fall into the same traps as everyone else, and it helps to remind myself that I still have some growing to do. Just because you've learned something, it doesn't mean the lesson is over. Think about this. The only real journey you ever take is a journey of 13 inches. From the mind to the heart. I can't tell you how many times I've studied a lesson in my mind but then failed to practice it in the real situation. I've also caught myself forgetting something I already learned without even realizing that I was doing it. It's important to acknowledge that you're always growing and getting better. Be open to seeing your challenges as well as your victories. This is the surest way to continue evolving, attracting what you truly desire with greater excellence. Not healthy. The following question is simple, and it's vital that you answer it with as clearly and honestly as possible. Does the goal you seek create harmony or discord? This is essentially what health is. What health is. Balance and harmony. Because she is as much me as I am me. So if I say a negative thing or think a negative thought or judge her because of something she chooses, then it's being stored in my body. And the more I choose to do that, the more I store inside my body. And the less healthy my body becomes. Not willing. We didn't do that yet, did we? Okay, if you're not willing to work towards the goal you seek, then it should be best to let it go and save yourself the trouble. This isn't meant for those who wish to wave a magic wand or recite a secret formula that takes responsibility away from you. In most cases, this process requires a fundamental shift in those who are manifesting a new reality for themselves. Being willing to do the inner work shows that you're ready to receive, and not to just wish and wait for action. And most people do that. Not prepared. It's important for you to be prepared to actually receive the gifts you're focused on. It shows the universe that you're serious and willing to lay the groundwork for accomplishing the goal. Being prepared means holding the space open for a new reality to come streaming in. If you're unprepared, it won't matter if the goal is staring you right in the face. You won't be ready and it will disappear as quickly as it came. Not helpful. Here's a great idea. If you want to learn the art of manifestation, help others learn it first. Sometimes the best way to understand something is to teach it. And of course, it's dealing with the emotional issues that all of us go through and how it's affecting our physical life and what we could do to help bring us into a better reality in our future. And so people wanted to know, how do I fix this? It's true. What do I do with it? It's like, oh shit, I don't know. Let me go to meditation and find out. And then that birthed the spiritual development course. And because everybody wanted to know, and I was now getting paid $10 for something that was taking me an entire week to almost complete, because they got their reading, then they wanted to know how to fix it. Just, all right, we're going to do this a little bit different so I can have just a little bit more compensation for my time. And that birthed the spiritual development course. And of course, we attract all the mirrors that we need in our life. Everybody that was having issues, same issues I was dealing with. So as I was trying to gather their information, I was understanding myself. Oh my God, that's me. Oh my God, I could do that. Because I was getting the information. Last but not least, not realistic. The final element that blocks what you're trying to achieve is difficult to explain. You've heard over and over that you're capable of attracting everything that you set your mind to, and it's true. But there's also an element of reality that must be worked into the equation. For example, if you're focusing all your will on becoming an all-star NBA player, but you're 40 years old and out of shape, you may want to take a look at what you really want. This isn't meant to limit your creation in any way. Rather, it's to recognize when your real motivation is, and to seek, that your real motivation is to seek, but not to find. Unfortunately, we sometimes set goals that we'll never achieve in order to prove that we don't